Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises to the Paul, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makakarash, Kal, Halalamai, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makakarash. That's in the ancient Hebrew, saying our praises to Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, in the name of the Spirit. Yahweh is the correct name for the God of the Bible, who the world ignorantly call Jehovah, God, or Yahweh. His son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. The true name for the God of the Bible in the Hebrew is Yahweh. His son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai. I want to give the honors to elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And shalom to all the brothers and mothers pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. To all that believe in this gospel, shalom. Brothers Zach from Tangiers, Jamaica, and on this lesson, Rosalind, entitled this one, war is being prepared. Right, scripture speaks about the third woe coming quickly. See if we can just get there real quick. No mistaken. Oh crap. Revelation 11, I think it's 14. Yeah, Revelation 11 verse 14. It says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. The scripture speaks about three woes, referring to World War 1, 2, and 3. And that's going to be follow the circuit. We're going to bring a third world war, going to be the war to end of the war. Until prophecies it says that fight going to fought with this is Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5. I'm reading on the right in the KJV. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So this war that's going to fight, it's actually going to be done with thermonuclear missiles, ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missiles. That's what's going to be used to fight this war. And what takes place right now on the face of the earth is these nations are actually preparing for this specific battle. I did listen the other day and basically get no idea, so I had to do it again. So basically you look at the article, and this is the Google search, EU told citizens to stockpile a 3-day supply. That's the article I saw from they call that RT, I think it was a open edge if I'm not mistaken. So go Google it, and this is a clipping, or we call it excerpt, if you will, from it says news.sky.com or Sky News. It says people are being urged to have a few days worth of supplies of life's essentials amid the rising danger of an emergency or disaster in an increasingly volatile world. People in Europe should stockpile 3 days worth of food, water, and other essentials in case of a crisis, the EU has said. And 3 days supply no make sense. I remember the article when you look up, when you go in the comment board, and basically they mock it. And in general, for the most part, the average person, or the working person, usually you go buy grocery for like on a weekend, or monthly, depending on what you do and shit. But I would tend to say, for the most part, the average person would have more than 3 days supply of food, So you telling people stock up on 3 days supply, then that makes sense, right? But it's the agenda or the reason behind it. And while looking up the article, I believe it was one of me to find that from RT. I think it's here as well. Well, in the search results here, but as you can see here, this one, RT International, the EU tells citizens to stock up for a nuclear disaster. But this was what? October 31st, 2024. So this warning has actually been going out for a minute now, because we see the tension right now. Right, so what takes place now is that it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. That's why, for example, you have the doomsday clock. Let's look up our really quick information. Because in life we say we're doomsday prophets, which indeed we're basically prophesy of doom. That's prophecy, you know. But this is 2025 statement. Let's not get that, because it was moved closer as well, you know. So them are track and monitor things what take place right now, and this is it. Oh crap! I didn't know that. Alright, fine. So as you can see, this is the advertisement. It says the bulletin .org doomsday. It says closer than ever. It's now 89 seconds to midnight. 2025 doomsday clock statement. Science and Security Board bulletin of the atomic scientists, dated January 28, 2025. And they do this every year, every January. Yeah, they monitor world events and see how close we are to basically a nuclear fallout. You know, because again, that is the prophecy. It's inevitable. You know, the Most High speaks of it. You know, and Scripture say, the word will come out of the Most High mouth in our return unto him void. So that's where we see the world is heading. So the Scripture also says we're supposed to measure the time diligently. And with the measuring, you know, we know how close we are to this destruction. You know, so if we want to go to Isaiah, sorry, where is that? Isaiah? Romans 13. So that, yeah, you know, this takes long for good. Oh, God, the NLT is supposed to be off online, so that's what's taking minute to load. But anyways, this is Revelation Romans 13 verse 11. It says, and that knowing the time, that now it is a time to awake out of sleep, for now is your salvation near them who believe. Because according to the prophecy, it tells us that when the elect get beamed up, there was a great earthquake. Right? I think kind of 11 as well. Revelation 11 and 12. It says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. This is referring to the elect of the nation of Israel. The enemies going back to these nations, you know, these heathens. And also the rejected for people, the wicked of all people, they're my enemy too. You know? And the cloud referring to a chariot, you know, so-called UFO. Right? It says, and the same hour was there a great earthquake, and a tenth part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were frightened and gave glory to the power of heaven. Right, so the earthquake is actually, the scripture said the Most High shake the earth, yeah? Right, and say it will hurt, it will rock to and fro like a drunkard. What's going to cause that? The bombs, you know. So through analyzing the scriptures, you know, the scripture said measure the time diligently. If the elect, that's why scripture also said the elect will go what? Scarcely be saved. So if the elect scarcely be saved, and when the elect get delivered in that same hour, right, you're gonna have the great earthquake, well basically because what? The bombs. Then by the fall you can say oh and the bombs are dropped in World War III. So that's how we used to know. So, hey, this is written, high time to awake out of sleep, for salvation in near them will believe, because the elect will be delivered from that destruction. You know, the scripture speaks about the second death, you know. So let's get this. It's being done right now is the preparations for our let's read this real quick as well. In Matthew 24. and start at 3. It says, And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And the end of the world you're referring to the end of the rulership of the so-called white man, Edomites. The end of their age or their time frame for rule. That's what the word age, sorry, the word earlier go back to age. It's written, Esau is the end of this world, and Jacob's the beginning of it that follow it. So the Israelites gonna rule the eternal world to come. You know. Verse 4 says, And Yahushai, that's the true name of the Son of the Most High, answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So, as some will say, oh, a long time I hear about this. You see me? The conflict in Ukraine started from when Russia annexed Crimea. I think that's what, back in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. So we look for almost 10 years. And then they're running Ukraine, Russia invade Ukraine. I think that was 2021 or 2, So war been going on for a while now, right? Look upon situation as well. Wait, which one year now? So that's over. I think that's over a year now since the conflict with Israel, Palestine. So we see where these fronts, the like when we say fronts, mean like different places of war that take place on the earth. Oh, it's been for a minute and it's still existing, but there's other fronts of the war that might break out. So by analyzing these things in the world, when it just speaks about these things, I see I will hear of wars and rumors of wars, news of war. Verse 7 says, For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Literally just today, there was a 7.7 earthquake in Thailand, and I think, what it was, Myanmar or something like that, right? Just today, earthquake click, major earthquake. I mean, earthquake shake often, every day. But I'm referring to like major earthquakes and you about death tolls. Alright? So we see where things are happening. While the war them are going, the earthquake might get more and more prominent, more intensified. More people are dead by them. Right? So these are things we use as written in the book of 2 Ezra the 9th chapter. Says, measure the time diligently. So to measure the time, and we'll see what time we are in. Scripture said there's a time for peace and there's a time for war. No, we're in a time of war. And that's what the European Union heads, they might tell them populations, yo, prepare for war. This is the time that we're headed into. Right? And that's what the scripture says these nations would be doing. When we go to Joel 3 and 9, it says, Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. So war is basically being prepared here. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And when you say beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, this is actually to know that, hey, them investment are actually be in military, in war, preparations for war. For example, what did Trump say about the NATO members? That they are not spending them fair share, in regards to defense. And they complied, basically. And I say, oh shit, yeah, because look what take place. So, war, they might invest in a war, them money, if you invested in war. This is what take place with Russia, this is what take place with China, right? And these are even, also China even had to, when Stephen said that the weak say I'm strong, because now them nuclear power, back in World War I, II, China was really a nobody. No, China and somebody we can just walk over. No, they were world power. So that weak say I'm strong, and if certain countries don't even have nuclear power, basically have link with nuclear powered country. Example, well, to fulfill that would be like even Ezekiel 38. She would tell us, say, yo, Russia will basically be a guardian to these nations and list them out, right? Because ultimately, this world is going to a third world war. That is the will of Yahweh Hashem. Russia is written, for my determination is to gather the nations. Verse 11 it says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather together, and gather yourselves together round about thither, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord, that the heathen be awakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And that's where the main, the front of the battle going to be. Right over there in the so-called Middle East, in the Levant, because ultimately, according to prophecy, these are the flock shall draw them out, it's clear to say the Most High remove the northern army and carry them over to basically Saudi Arabia, right? When you analyze the prophecy, right? So we know say, yo, that's where World War III, gonna be. Even when it's a dead left, right, and center. I was even watching a movie. They call the Angel Falling. Level sophisticated weaponry. Where he saw the so-called white man of it. You wonder. Right? People don't know the left, right, and center. That's why even when anyone say drafting, there's a scrape up military age men right in Ukraine right now because they're running out of soldiers. And that's what's coming. So that's why again the EU is basically giving warning. Yo, prepare for war, yo, cause this no look easy. And it's not gonna be a simple time. It's written here, when we go back to Matthew 24, so that all these are the beginning of sorrows. Alright? But we see the preparation, you see yellow, Yashwamba, the lesson here, so the preparation basically is longer than the war itself. Because remember, I knew cover fire. So, not saying you go fire on the first day or second day, but all of these preparations that's being done in the hurt right now. So the ultimate war that's gonna befall, this earth, and out of that the like of the nation of Israel will be delivered. So with that hope this lesson is edifying to like out there, giving our praise to our Paul, how about Shem Shai, about Shem Kakadash, the one is to our elders and apostles of great stone. Shalom to the full like. Shalom.